Hello, hello. Good morning. Good morning. Happy Wednesday, everybody. How y'all doing? You're in the middle of the week. You know, for those of you guys who have like a Monday through Friday work week, you made it to the middle of the week. Congratulations. Today is Wednesday, right? Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. So welcome to this morning's episode of If You Woke Up, You're Winning. My name is Pinique Singleton from connectwithpinique.com. Thank you guys for hanging out with me early this morning. So last week we talked about, the law of diminishing intent, and we talked about fears. And so Monday I just came on here and gave you guys some motivation, right? I had a conversation with somebody over the weekend who was working on writing a book for like the past 8 years, right? So she was just procrastinating. She was delaying. She wasn't doing it. So I came on here, gave you guys a call to action. Everybody was fired up, ready to go. I hope, right? I hope that motivated you. And so yesterday though, I talked about, but where do you start, right? Because some people were fired up and they were ready to go, but they were like, but what do I do first? I don't know. So yesterday I gave you 2 things to start doing on a daily basis. One of them, of course, was winners wake up early. So we talked about getting up earlier than you really need to in order to get your mind right and prepare yourself for your day, right? And we also talked about reflection. At the end of the day, reflecting, writing certain things down on how your day went. Okay. And real quick on that, I had a young lady ask me a question. She said, well, how early should I get up? Is 7 o'clock okay? And so that really depends on what time you have to be somewhere. So it may not necessarily be like, oh, I'm getting up at 5 in the morning. Like, for example, I used to have a job where I had to be at work at noon. So if you have to be at work at noon and you need to leave the house at 11, okay, and it takes you an hour to get ready, so from 10 to 11 you're getting ready, go ahead and get up at 9 o'clock and give yourself an hour or whatever, however much time you designate to get your mind right in the morning for your prayers or your morning affirmations or your yoga meditation. If it's 30 minutes, then get up 30 minutes before you need to start getting ready to be where you have to be. Does that make sense? So it's not necessarily like a certain time. It just give yourself extra time. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into today. So like I said, we talked about what to do in the morning. We talked about what you can do in the evening. But what are you going to do in between all of that, right? What are you going to do during the day? So during the day, you got to make a plan, all right? So that's the first tip of today. Make a plan. Now, I know some of you guys hate organization. You hate structure. You're like, I don't want to make a plan. I just like to go with the flow, okay? Go with the flow. Going with the flow is not going to get you where you need to be, right? If you want results, you need a routine, okay? Write that down. If you want results, you need a routine, okay? Some people call it a daily method of operation. Some people call it a daily mode of operation. DMO is the acronym. So you need to have a DMO, so you need to make your schedule. Because the thing is, guys, it's not that a lot of you guys don't have time. It's that you mismanage the time that you have, okay? So some of you guys say, well, I need more time. I need to quit my job and I need to go full time in my network marketing business. No, you don't, because you're not even taking advantage of the time that you have part time. So it's not that you need more time. You just need to be a better manager of your time. And creating a schedule, creating a plan, a daily routine is going to help you with that. Okay. So when you make your schedule, though, you got to write it down, guys. And I know some of you guys are like, why are you always trying to write things down? But it's better. It keeps you organized and it keeps you on track. And plus, it's something about writing it down that makes it real, right? Writing it down brings it to life. So you're going to write down your schedule. And I'm not going to tell you exactly what order to do things in. Some people like to do the difficult tasks first. Some people like to do the easy tasks first. That's not for me to decide. You do whatever works best for you, but you need to write it down. Okay. So here's some tips when you're writing your schedule. First of all, you want to think about how much time you need for each activity. And so when you schedule activities, you want to make sure you're allotting yourself enough time. Because if you don't, you're not going to finish in the right time and you're going to be thrown off track. Then you're going to get frustrated and then you're going to give up and you're going to just throw the whole schedule out the window. All right. So make sure you're allotting enough time. And one thing that used to happen to me is I would think something would take like 15 minutes, but it would end up taking like 20, 25 minutes. And apparently I'm not the only one this happened to, because in the book that I was recently reading, The 15 Invaluable Laws of Growth by John Maxwell, he talks about this very thing. Talks about how he would always end up spending like double the time he thought something would take. So when he was writing his schedule out, he would just allow himself double time. So if he thought it was like a 15-minute project, he would put 30 minutes on the schedule just to make sure he had enough time. So that's just a tip. But also what you want to do is you don't want to let people dictate your schedule. Okay, so if you have a meeting that you're planning with someone, make sure they give you a time. Make sure that you make them commit. You know, don't let somebody just tell you, well, let's meet sometime on Wednesday. No, you ask them what time so I can put this on my schedule, right? So make sure that you hold them to it as well. And carry the schedule around with you guys. What? I don't know. My bad. I don't know what just happened. Anyway, carry the schedule around with you so that you'll have it and you can go by it, refer to it throughout the day, and make sure that you're on track. And, you know I said write it down, but also I like to use my phone and set alarms, okay, for something. If it's something that I may forget, because a lot of things I schedule weeks out, maybe months out. So I like to set an alarm or an alert to go off to remind me. But just keep in mind when you're setting your alerts, make sure you give yourself enough time. So if I have to be somewhere at 5 o'clock, and I know it's an hour away, I probably don't want to set my alarm to go off at like 4:50, because that's not going to give me enough time, right? So if I got to be somewhere at 5 and I know the place I'm going to be prior to that is like an hour away, I make sure I set my alarm for maybe like 3:45. So if I am caught up doing something else, I can wrap that up in the next 15 minutes and I can get on the road, okay? So use alarms and alerts to help you to stay on track as well, in addition to your written down schedule. All right. And the last tip I have about scheduling and planning your day is to make sure that you have a certain place that you're going to do your work. So for those of you guys who work from home, or you're working on writing a book, or maybe you're in school and you have to schedule time to study, make sure that you have a place that is set up for those things, right? Now, I know a lot of people, they want to take their laptop and they want to get in the bed. But when you get in the bed, your body knows, oh, it's time to sleep, right? So you're not as productive. Or if you go sit on the couch, your body knows, oh, this is relaxation time, and you're not as productive. So, like, I've set aside an office in my house, and it's not really a real office, y'all. It's my spare bedroom. But, I have a desk in there, and that's where I do my work. I have my laptop set up there. So when I'm in there, my body knows it's work time. And then for those of you guys who have a family, you have children, they know, okay, when daddy's in that room, when mommy's in that room, he or she is working. And they don't bother you. Well, kids are going to bother you anyway. But at least, your spouse knows, and the kids know. They may or may not care. But you know what I mean? So have a certain place designated to get your work done. Trust me, it helps you to be more effective. It helps you with your consistency. The scheduling helps you with your consistency. Having a certain place helps you with your consistency, because consistency is like one of the biggest dream killers. Okay, consistency is something that people struggle with. Most people I talk to that are having issues is because they're saying, I can't be consistent. But when you create these routines and you create these habits, you will get to be consistent. I mean, you'll be doing these things like it'll just be natural, right? Just like in the car. In the car, when you're driving, you naturally look over. When you get ready to change lanes, you naturally look over to check your mirror, right? Like, even when I ran into that mailbox that time, some of y'all know about this, some of y'all don't, and my mirror was gone, I was looking over there because it's just a habit, right? I just naturally do that. And don't judge my driving. I'm a very good driver. I don't think the mailbox was regulation size, okay? Let's move on. All right, so the second thing I have for today is never stop learning, okay? So 2 points for today. Make a plan and never stop learning. So when you're making your schedule, everyone, make sure you schedule in time for self-development. Remember, I always talk about how important it is to develop the mind and to develop yourself. So make sure you're scheduling time, whether it's reading, whether it's joining some kind of webinar or training, whether you're listening to audiobooks. Some of you guys don't like to read. And plus, some of you guys say, well, I don't have time. But you could listen to an audio in the car on your way to work or on your way home from work, right? Be creative. You can put audio in and put your earbuds in while you're washing dishes or doing your chores around the house. So be creative, but make sure that you're developing yourself. Why y'all telling me my hair was sticking up? Make sure you're developing yourself every single day. So that needs to be in that daily mode of operation. All right. So I challenge you to do that for at least an hour. If you don't have an hour, do 30 minutes, do 15 minutes, but an hour is really going to be helpful for you. So guys, look, that's all I have for today. So as we go into the second month, I was about to say the first month, the second month of the year, let's go ahead and get on track, right? Let's start getting up early. Let's start making a plan. Let's have our daily mode of operation that includes self-development and learning. and let's reflect on our days. We're only 1 month in, so if you have not started on your New Year's goals, if you have not been working towards those things, it's okay. There's still time. Let's start today. All right. If you have any questions, definitely reach out to me. I thank everyone for watching. Good morning, Leroy. I see you there. It says someone else is watching, but I don't know. I don't see a comment, or it doesn't tell me who you are. So good morning to you as well. Anybody catching the replay, I appreciate y'all. If you did find value in this video, please like, comment, and share so other people can benefit from this information. Make sure you follow me on Instagram. My name is also Pinique Singleton. YouTube channel is Pinique Singleton, and I also post these on my YouTube channel as well. All right, so I'm gonna get out of here. My name is Pinique Singleton from connectwithpinique.com. I appreciate y'all. Y'all get off of Facebook, get off of social media, and go out there and be great on purpose. All right, I know you can do it. I believe in you. Let's have a productive and amazing Wednesday. I'll see you guys in the morning.